Okay, you have a good lunch? Yes, okay, good. Okay, so we're gonna try to finish up, all right? Were there any questions about REOs before we move forward?
When you see a property that's listed on an auction site for the auction to start like in a week, and it's an REO, or even at the foreclosure auction, are you able to do something to stop it from going to the auction? Can you contact the bank and present an offer at that time, or do you have to wait for it to go through auction?
Okay, it depends on what site it's on, like say, and what you're trying to do. If it's like say if it's on auction.com and it's a foreclosure and the homeowner's house is going to foreclosure in a week, that homeowner still owns that property, so you have to contact that homeowner to see if they're interested in selling. It starts with the homeowner.
So if it already is an REO?
But if it's already an REO and they're auctioning it off, it sounds like what you're talking about, ones that you can bid on. Is that what you're talking about? They have bid instructions, okay? So you would have to follow those bid instructions. Okay.
So I found the property I was interested in on an auction site, and it looked as if it did not sell through the auction. And it was a realtor had listed it, and it became off market after, like, back in March. And when I reached out to that realtor, that's what she said, it's off market. But and it's bank owned, so how would I find the new real estate agent that will have that property? Or
No. It's bank owned. She said it's bank owned. So if it's bank owned, you could try to contact the bank and see who their agent is. Because I mean, hard to get or contact the previous agent and see if it's still available. Let them know you want to purchase it.
Well, I did.
But she said
she just didn't reply back after that. I mean, she just dropped off. So yeah, I did as much as research.
Contact the bank directly.
Okay.
Okay. The asset management department. Okay.
Just a really quick question. When looking at properties that have now become bank-owned that were previously foreclosures, do you have any sense of the time frame that it takes for, say, for SDAD or some of those sites that we talked about, like RealtyTrack, to be updated? I know we've spent some time reaching out to homeowners, and the property's already gone, but all the records and everything we can find still listed in the homeowner's name.
That's county by county, okay, city by city. Remember Baltimore City was hit by that, ransomware, and they were real behind in terms of their updating those records. So PG County, Baltimore City, they're all different.
And banks are in no hurry to get them their names, correct?
I can't even really answer that. Okay.
Thanks.
When placing bids, if your offer, if it gets declined, can you continuously keep making offers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And submit additional offers.
So if you have a property and you can't find, who the owner is, but you can't get in contact with them, what other means can you do to get to that property?
Excellent question. You mean get to the owner? Yes. His question. Everybody hear his question? If you have a property, you can't find the owner. Okay. What else can you do? Have you already skip traced it? Yes. Okay. You could go to findtheseller.com. It will cost you $9.97, and they will search for that homeowner for you. Findtheseller.com. Oh, it's a probate. Then you're not looking for the homeowner. You're looking for the executor of the estate. Okay, so you're talking about a case by case. They didn't open up probate? Excuse me. I I'd have to really think about, because you're talking about a specific case.
What about when it's like the owner actually moves forward?
Well, you can. You just have to find out, again, where findtheseller.com, I would have them skip trace it. I mean, they live in Florida. You know they went to Florida. It's just finding out where they are in Florida. You can reach out to a relative. When we, if you're using Ben Verified, okay, Ben Verified is going to give you relatives. Akila gives you neighbors too. Gives you relatives and neighbors. You need to contact the relatives. A lot of times the relative is going to say, they may not give you the contact information to that homeowner, but they will take your information and pass it on. Okay? Yes, sir.
Hi, Ms. Val. From a business standpoint, on your marketing and your tracking strategies, how many offers do you submit per month, per reply, per action on? Do you judge for the next month? How do you know you've had a successful month as far as tracking the REOs for the amount of offers that you put in?
To Sean. Juan, you doing REOs? Juan and Deshaun. Okay, Deshaun first.
Do you start with a standard number that you shoot for? 50, 30, 40 per amount of offers to amount of offers accepted? Okay, all right, tracking.
Juan.
Repeat your question again.
What I was asking is, as far as I know, you have to submit a lot of offers. I'm a part-time investor. I don't do it full-time. So my return on investment, I'm trying to figure out how many offers do you submit versus accepted. Do you know you're having a successful month for the amount of offers that you put in? So if you put in 30 offers, you get 10. Was that a successful month or non-successful month? Or do you have to increase your offers for the amount of properties that you're putting offers on?
Yeah. I mean, the key thing is, if you're focusing on REOs, the key thing is submitting as many offers as you can until the property gets sold through somebody else. So, I mean, I don't stop, like how many offers am I going to put. If that's my niche, that I'm going after REOs because it's so competitive, because it's already out there, so the competition is higher. So that means you have to submit more offers and you're going to get a lot of rejections. So you got to be able to deal with being rejected and just continue putting more offers as long as you stay within your formula. You just don't want to go over your formula and get a property that you now overpay. Does that make sense? So the key thing is like as many as you can to get your accepted, because the goal is how many deals do you want to get a month? 1 or 2? So if it's 2 or 4, is you determine how many deals you need to be having on your pipeline and how many offers you got to make. I mean, it can vary. You could put an offer and the bank might like it. You don't know what time of the year that is. If they're more motivated, they might jump right away. So that doesn't kind of give you a gauge. Well, if I put 20, I'm going to get this. You could put 2 and get it accepted right away. You could put 10 and don't get none. But it's all about what you're trying. What's your goal? Do you want 2 a month? So then you put as many as you can. Once you get those 2, then that's your number. I mean, I go like that, so I try not to go based on, well, if I put 20, I expect to get 2. I might put 20 and get 0, or I might put 5 and get all 5, you know what I mean? So you just gotta keep putting as much as you can until you get the goal that you're looking for. I don't know. Does that make sense?
I thought you might have had a predetermined amount because you said the realtors have to keep putting in offers. So do you start out with a spreadsheet? You shoot for 20 houses? You shoot for 10 houses? You shoot for 50
You
houses?
shoot for as many as you can put in.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
You shoot for as many.
And also, is how many are available depending what area
Right.
you're looking for. So, there's an amount of properties. If you're focusing on particular zip code, there might not be many available that meets your buying criteria. So you're going based on your buying criteria of which houses you're going to present offers. So there might be a particular zip code that all the REOs are highly listed. They don't fit your
Buying
thing.
criteria.
So Okay.
Okay. By the way, that's Juan. Juan is a former student, and he's actually a rehabber and a wholesaler. Okay? So, you have to put in, when we're talking about these REOs, as many as possible. That's what you really, bottom line, that's what you need to do. You may get a no, okay, but sometimes the bank will come back or the agent will come back a month later when you've forgotten about that property and accept your offer and find out if you're still interested in that offer. So the key is, anybody who's doing those type of property knows you have to put in as many offers as possible. Okay, I'm going to keep moving here. I'm looking for the... Ooh. All right. I feel there's 3 P's that you got to remember to investing, real estate investing. First thing is properties. Location, location, location. Your buyers is very important. You notice when I was talking to Sherry, interviewing her very quickly, asking her, first thing I want to know where she's looking for properties. You want to know where your buyers want properties. You don't want to just go out, if you're wholesaling, you don't want to just go out and just randomly be putting offers on properties. You want to know that when you put those offers, and if your offer is accepted, that you can wholesale it. So one of the things you do want to do is put offers on properties where you know buyers or know where your buyers are buying. That's another way we're able to wholesale these very, very quickly. Okay? And that's a very important point, especially, like I said, in terms of doing REOs, because you really kind of need to know that there's buyers that are going to buy in that area when you're putting in those offers. Okay? The next thing I would say is process. Most successful investors focus on processes that require to achieve the results that they're looking for. Okay? They focus on proven formulas. Like I said to you earlier, we know the bank formulas. We talked about when doing short sales, we know that FHA, Fannie, Freddie, they all have formulas. So that's how one of the secrets to us doing short sales, not secrets, but one of our special sauce or secret sauce, is because we know those bank formulas. That's why we're able to get a lot accepted. I don't take every short sale that comes across my desk. I don't do it. As much as I would like to help the homeowner, I'm not going to waste the homeowner's time. I'm not going to waste mine. We're going to evaluate that property and see if it's something that we can do based on what type of loan is on that property. I know what the formulas are, and I know what that bank is looking for. So that is one of the proven formulas that we do use. Your different methods. What is a method? How you find properties. Remember what I said, even with REOs, you should be using more than one method of finding those REOs. MLS, even if you don't have the MLS, because many of the banks, I said, have their own websites. HUD houses. You can go on, HUD.gov, and look for the properties yourself. You don't need the agent to do that. Don't wear your agent down. Do as much as you can do yourself. Okay? The other thing, education and implementation of what you learn. What does that mean? Don't be a seminar junkie. How many people may fit in that seminar junkie category? Okay, raise your hands. Don't be ashamed. Hey, I done been to almost every seminar out here. Okay? Those of you who've been to my office, I have almost every system, a lot of systems out here. I still buy systems. Somebody came up to me recently just here and said, Valerie, I said I just saw y'all join so-and-so. We are keeping up with what is going on. I'm not a seminar junkie and I'm not a system junkie buyer, but we use them. We keep up with what is going on. Why do we do that? So we can pass it on to you. Okay? Akil and I don't know everything. Okay? We want to keep up with the latest and greatest of what's going on out here in terms of the tools that help you invest, so we can pass that on to our students. So implementation is key. Start applying what you're learning at these seminars. Rome, did you have your hand up? Okay, you just stretching? Okay. It's so important that you start implementing. If not, why do you keep coming? You have to ask yourself that. At what point is enough of continuing to go if you're not going to use the information? You could be home watching the football game. Is the Ravens winning? Okay. Akil, the Ravens is winning. Okay. We were looking for him, and I was thinking to myself, he better not be done found a TV somewhere, watching that Ravens game. So start implementing. I feel like I gave a lot of really good information here. Okay? Some of you are going to be able to take this and run with it. I'm telling you. Okay? But then some of you may need some help. Okay? Something for everybody. But the key is to get that education you need and start doing this. In a few minutes, we're going to do what I call a student panel, and you will get to talk to most of these are former students. They're not even working with us anymore, and they're doing, deals. So, during the break, lunch break, a lot of questions about our program, so I'm going to quickly go over the program before we bring the panel up. Okay? As I said yesterday, and I'm going to go over it, it's the Distressed Properties Jumpstart program. Okay? Why Jumpstart? Because you need to get started. Bottom line, let's just get started. Wherever you are in this process, let's tell yourself that now is the time to get started. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do, anybody who signs up for our program, you get a one-on-one consultation with myself and Akil. You get both of us. Okay? Akil will get you started with marketing. Is that what we're doing, Akil? You're going to get them started with marketing. Okay? And I will be talking about your financial goal, helping you set financial goals, because this is a 6-month program, and helping you to set realistic goals during that 6 months in terms of what you want to make. If you want to make $1 million in 6 months, this isn't the program for you. Okay? I'm just going to tell you right now. All right? But if you do want to make 6 figures, this is the program for you, because that is certainly possible. Very possible. Okay? All right? Monthly progress and accountability. We will have a private Facebook group where almost every week I will be, and my staff will be posting accountability things on there for you to do to keep you on track. So you will not be saying, I don't know, what should I be doing? Okay? We're going to have it set up so that you will know exactly what you're going to do. Okay? Distressed properties full day short sale implementation workshop. I'm sorry. Okay. That will be a live event. Okay. We will pick a date we try to pick a date that is good for all the people who are in the program. It's live. You will come out. Akil and I will work on getting you set up for short sale investing. For those who want to do it, you'll be right there. You need to bring your laptop. Akil's going to get you set up with the different sites. Those of you who are using Ben Verified and other skip tracing, we're going to get you. We'll have people there that will help you set all this up and do this. We want you to know how to do this. All right? Skip tracing is very important, and you're not going to always use a company to do it. You need to be able to do some skip tracing yourself. Okay? So we will make sure that you're really set up for doing short sale investing. You can ask all your questions. You'll have us there. Okay? Same things with bank-owned properties. We just scratched the surface today on bank-owned properties. We hit the surface. There's other tips and tricks that you need to know in order to take full advantage of these bank-owned properties, especially HUD. I love HUD houses. Okay, we got a little strategy that we use with that. I don't have time today. I can share it, but I don't have time. You know, I'm watching, y'all see me watching the clock, okay? I don't want everybody to leave. But it takes time to explain it. You see what I'm saying? But it's not a secret. Okay. Full day of, we have like I said, foreclosure workshop. On-site repair estimating class. That is key. We will do that early in January, where we will take you out and show you how to evaluate houses. That's what that class is. We will actually be going out to a couple of houses, and we will teach you that, how to evaluate houses. When you hear Deshaun and it's not just Deshaun, but anybody who's worked with me, they can basically sit there with some information without going to the house, and that's how they're able to determine how to put in those offers. Okay? When you come out of that class, you'll know how to put in these offers without even going out to the house. As long as you have pictures and have some data that you'll be able to get offline, you'll be able to make a pretty accurate offer. Now, here's what I want you to think about, okay? And we have students all over the country. And so when we're helping them with their evaluation of their properties, I'm not going out to see their properties. Okay? Malik, when you send me stuff, what do I say? He has to fill that lead sheet out, right? Okay? That lead sheet that I'm giving y'all. Send me pictures. I need to see what that house looks like inside. What am I looking for? I'm looking for that condition of that property. And I can evaluate that house and help our students put in very accurate offers. Malik is in New Jersey. I have students in New York. I don't go to New York. I I sit there and do it from our computer. Well, not me. I'm sorry, Akil. Akil sits there and does it from either home or at our office. So I'm saying you will learn how to do that also. That is key, because once you learn how to evaluate a house, you can sit on the computer and do this all over the country. All over the country. That's a good skill to have. Okay, our twice monthly live online interactive training. On that training, I will be giving you, Akil and I will have some guest trainers come in, depending on what the topic is. We will be, get training you and teaching you. So, for example, let's say if the first training, of course, is business setup. There's some things that you need to have in place before you start getting out here, jumping out here, investing. Because come January, beginning of January, we're jumping right into marketing. And so before the end of January, some of the people in the class will be working on deals. But we want you to be set up. So the way these online trainings work, it's sort of webinar style, where we teach. You can ask questions because it's live. You can ask questions. We give you a home assignment for you to do. Each assignment leads up to you getting a deal. Okay? And if you can't make it on the day that we're doing these live trainings, then what you can do, they're going to be sent to you within 48 hours. All trainings will be sent to you. You will get the PowerPoint, the recording, and you will get a transcribed copy of it. Okay? All right. You get Valerie, scripts, forms, documents, and hacks. Okay? So you don't have to worry about any forms, any documents. We're going to give you all of that you need. What's a hack? Charles used that term. Okay. It's just we don't hack into anything. But for example, like with the MLS, there's a certain way that we go in and look for properties. And we have a system that we use in terms of getting properties from the MLS. Okay? And I'm telling you, those of you who are agents, a lot of good deals on that MLS. You just need to know how to get those deals. Access to Akil's private marketing and lead generation tools. If anybody has worked with Akil in here in terms of marketing, I must say he is very good at it. And he's very good at training you at doing it. Okay? All right. You get our properties vault resource list. And speaking of resources, you get to work with, talking about title companies, you get to work with the title companies that we work with. Maya, where you? How valuable is that, working with the title companies that we're using?
Very, very valuable.
Why is it very, very valuable? Any problem, like Maya has a couple of properties that she's working on now. Any problem that she had, some problems that she's been having, we pick up the phone, we call the title company because we've worked with them for so long and is able to take care of it. Okay? So these are relationships that we've developed over the years. Okay? And sometimes it takes time for you to develop relationships with these title companies and other resources. Also, if you're local, excuse me, and you choose to, you can work with our team and our agents. Okay? I prefer that you do that initially because that way I know that your deal will get done. Okay? If I want to ensure that your deal gets done, you got to be working with people that I know who can get the job done. Okay. You get, it's a 6-month program. During that 6 months, you get unlimited email support. Okay? If you have questions, and I'm very good at answering emails and getting back to you. If I feel after us emailing 2 times with a question, and if I feel like you're not getting it, then somebody on our team will pick up the phone and call you. Okay? Because everything can't be done with email. But we start with the email support, okay? But we do pick up the phone and call you if necessary. We have an optional deal partnership where you can partner with us on deals. It is not mandatory. We would do a 50-50 split or if you feel like you can do the deals on your own. There's some people here who may take this course for other reasons because they need the marketing or they haven't worked with distressed properties or they want to learn the system of how to work with distressed properties, but you're already wholesaling. You may not need to partner with us on deals, whereas new people who've never done any deals, the way you learn is by doing those partnerships. That's how you're going to learn, okay? And once you do a couple of them, I'm telling you, you'll get it. And those that do partner with us, we're partners. We're not going to let you fail. You don't have a buyer, what are we going to do? Okay. Franklin, how'd you get your buyer? Okay. How long did it take to get that buyer, Franklin? Okay. So I'm saying if we're partnering with you, we know. Remember, I've been doing this for 20 years. Okay. So I know a lot of the buyers and have the resources in the industry. So we are not going to let you fail. Okay? We're going to be right there working with you to make sure that your deals succeed. It doesn't matter where your deals are. Your deals can be in New York, they could be in New Jersey, Philadelphia. It doesn't matter. Akil is an expert at finding buyers. He's an expert at finding properties. So it doesn't matter to us where it is. If you're partnering with us or you're working with us, we are going to work very hard to see that you're doing deals. Okay? All right. This is the slash red line. Y'all see the slash red line? Okay. Okay, get your glasses out. Okay. This is the slash red line price of $4,997. Okay, y'all see it? Y'all, okay? Okay. Now, I know some people have asked me about different ways that they can pay for this. There's a number of ways. One option would be to use PayPal credit. How many people have heard of PayPal credit? Oh, nobody. A couple of people? Okay, we got people who have heard of that. PayPal credit is no payment for 6 months. Okay? Deshaun, are you in the room? I can't see. Oh, okay. No payment for 6 months. So you pay for the course, and there's no payment for 6 months. So by then, you would have or should have done a deal, and that's how you would pay for it. There's another company called Prosper.com. Deshaun, how does Prosper.com work? Is it okay to say that you use that? Okay. Okay. right. But no, Deshaun, when he first came to us, wanted to take our class. Okay? And it was not $49.97. Okay? He was a one-on-one student, so it was not $49.97. And so he used one of these systems to finance the class. So do you feel it was worth it, Deshaun?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't say it because I'm big. Okay, well, that's the man that's making, how much he making an hour? He making $6,500, okay? So I think it was worth it to him, okay? And so it's called prosper.com. And if anybody is interested in that payment option, please see Deshaun, okay? Malik? Okay, lendingclub.com. That's another one. Okay, Deshaun, you were telling me about another one. Deshaun, you told me about another one.
You got Prosper, Lending Club, lendingtree.com. Those are your three main ones.
Okay, remember we talked about leveraging yourself. Okay, other people's money. Remember we talked about that the first day, did we not? Okay, about doing deals. Okay, well, this is another means of other people's money. It's like, I know, Sherry, you said you use private lending and hard money, or rehabbers out here who are using hard money. They're not using their money to buy those deals. They're not using them. Akil, are you using your money to buy you his deals? He doesn't use his money to buy his rehab projects. No, see? Okay? Other people's money. And so this is a case of there was a course, and if I didn't have the money, and if I wanted to, I would look into these other options of that's a way that I can get the course, so then I can, do deals, okay? Or learn to do deals. So that is an option also. Okay? Anything else, Akil? Did I cover them all, or you have anything else? You sure? Okay. All right. So, if anybody is interested in any of those options, you can see Deshaun, because he can help you with that. If there's anybody who wants to make any payments, see Akil. All right? Okay, any questions? Yes, ma'am? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Not this week coming up, but the following week. I want to get at least one session in before the holiday, and that will be your business setup session. For example, when I say business setup, we do not use our home address for your mailings. How many people using their home address? Okay. No, don't do that. Okay. You're not going to use your home address, okay? You don't want to do that. So that's an example of business setup, because come January, two things. One of the first things I want to do in January, we need to do that on-site property property repair estimating class. We need to get out there very early in January, because you have to be able to determine how to evaluate a house. You must be, because also in January we're doing marketing. So if you're marketing and you're talking to homeowners and the homeowner says, yes, please help me, or you can get a homeowner who said, I don't want this house, make me an offer. You got to be prepared to make the offer. So that's why we're doing That's the sequence of it, okay? So there will only be one this month. It will not start next week, but it will start the following week. And it will probably be that Tuesday, okay? If you are not available online, it's online, it'll be online. If you are not available, like I said, it's like a webinar style, that's okay. Because within 48 hours, we're going to email you the PowerPoint, the recording, and you're actually going to get a written transcript of that, okay? All right, any questions? Yes, sir. Oh, if you can't do this class, all right. What happened when the next time I will be doing this? I typically, that's why a lot of you probably haven't even heard of me, okay? I typically only do about 2, maybe 3 a year, okay? The next one that I'm doing, it's not by myself. It's in February in New York with Mark Whitten. Have y'all seen that? Okay. It will not be that price because you'll be getting both of us. I'm just telling you. So if you're thinking I can wait until then, I'll grab it in. You're getting me and my staff here. But if I'm partnering with somebody to do something, Mark and I are separate companies. Mark, by the way, is my godson. I was one of his first trainers. We're talking about Mark Whitten. How many know Mark? Yeah. Okay. Actually, Mark may stop by, okay? He wanted to come by yesterday, but I didn't. Yesterday was too full, but he may come by. If he is, he'll be here in a few minutes. I was one of his first instructors on this, okay? And so, like I said, it's going to be different. The New York one is different, okay? All right. And so I really can't tell you after that, and that's in February. I can't tell you after that when I will do another one. My main business is honestly real estate investing, doing deals. That's what we do. And we do this because we really believe in financial independence. I mean, we really do. It has worked for us, real estate investing. That has caused us to be what we consider financially independent, and we want that for other people. So this is our way of sort of, giving back. Okay. Yes.
Okay, so now as a part of this, will we be able to come like to your office and see how firsthand?
I'm sorry. Well, we have, there's 3 times, okay, first of all, like I said, we're going to do that one-on-one consultation. We normally do it over the phone. It works very well. I mean, we do this with all our students, okay? But if you're a person that needs it in person, then sure, our office is in Columbia, and you certainly can come for that. We can do it in person, okay? And we have, remember, several times that we are actually getting together as a group. Trust me and trust and believe. I'm talking about as a group in person.
Oh.
As a group in person, we have several days on here where we're getting together in person. Please believe me, I have done this program over and over and over again. And it works. The way that we have it down to a science, and it works. Okay? You have enough access to us to be able to do deals. Because remember, when you get a deal, if you choose, we're there helping you, partnering with you, and walking you through that deal. Okay? Gotcha. We're not going to hide. We're in Columbia. Okay.
Where in Columbia?
Right across from the mall. Okay. right across from the mall, okay? Not right across. The mall is very large. So where the fire, everybody know where the firehouse is in Columbia? Okay. The building is right across from that. Any other questions about the program?
Does that price cover both partners?
It covers both partners. That's a good question. That price is for two people. If you have a partner, who said, oh? Yeah. Okay, so if you have a partner, that price covers the partner too. I can't hear you. Your business partner. It could be a husband and wife or partners or whoever. It's two people. It's for two people. Okay. Any other questions? Yes, sir. I try not to do as many one-on-ones anymore. Okay. You'd have to speak, I would have to consult with you and see exactly what you want, and then we can talk about that. Okay? If that's something you're interested in. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Oh, it's going to be on the information that we send you, but anyway, office phone number 410-715. You remember 9696. Now, Linda over here. Linda, say hi to everybody. Okay, she's a former student. How long have and I'm saying my phone number. Linda, how long has that been? 5 years. We had that same phone number. She's saying the same number I have. We don't hide from people. You'll be able to find us. Okay? Especially those of you who are local, working with us, we're not considered, the out-of-town gurus, so we have this local information where you should be investing and what you should be doing locally. I see a hand back there.
Hey, Valerie, I just had a question for you. Okay. I just wanted to know, are you doing deal splits, or is it just a straight $49.97? Do you take a percentage?
Deal splits is optional. Okay. If you can do the deal on your own and you don't need us, then whatever you make on your deals, you make. But if you want us to help partner with you, walk you through that deal, okay, that's when we'll do a 50-50 deal split. And I really recommend that for people who've never done a deal. You need that. I'm going to tell you, you're going to need that in the beginning. Okay? Yes, ma'am. It's an option, yeah. If you have a deal, look, if you have a deal, and if you don't want to do a deal split with us, you don't need to call us about your deal, because you're going to do it on your own. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Let me use an example. And I know Sherry, because I know your name, okay? Sherry's a rehabber, okay? And so let's say she's taking the information that she's learning in the course, and she gets a HUD house. Well, she wants to rehab that HUD house. You don't need me to walk her through how to buy that house and how to get the financing for that house. She already knows how to do that. Okay? If she was new and she said, Valerie, I want to buy this house, then what I have to do with her, okay, I have to make sure that she can get the financing or talk to her about private money and other financing resources. I don't have to do that with her. Now, if she wants to wholesale and she doesn't know how to wholesale and she wants to partner with us, then that's when we will partner with her. It's a lot of people in here who are already wholesalers and know how to do it. They just don't know how to work with distressed properties. So when it comes to the wholesaling part, right, they don't need me. Okay? They need me because they haven't done those type of properties. They don't know how to do necessarily, the short sales and all of that. I would partner 50-50, yes. Okay? But it is a optional thing. Okay? Yes, sir.
I'm traveling from North New Jersey area. So will it vary when you deal with different states because different laws apply to different states?
Okay, every state has its own foreclosure law, but the process is the same. Okay? It is the same. There is a lot of properties in New Jersey. As I said before, and you can Google it on RealTrack or Bankrate or any of those sites. Just Google it. New Jersey is number one throughout the United States right now in terms of foreclosures. Lots of properties in New Jersey. Yes, sir.
So for the exclusive optional deal partnership, do you have to be in the Jumpstart program?
You have to be in the program. That's an excellent question. The question was, in order to partner with us on deals, do you have to be in our program? Yes. Let me tell you why. Because if you have not been in our program or gone through a program like this, then through that deal, I've got to teach you, right? I've got to show you what to do. I've got to teach you through that deal. Okay, so if you partner with us, meaning that you want us to do the short sale for you, then when it comes to doing that LLC assignment, or if you can't find a buyer, then we have to jump in and show you how to do that. You see what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
Does that sort of carry on the partnership after the 6-month period, or does that end?
Sometimes it does. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, Juan and I just did a deal last week. Was it last week, Juan? 2 weeks ago. Okay, it was a land trust deal. Okay, and I don't think Juan had done a lot of land trusts, right? Okay, and so he wanted me to partner with him on that deal. Okay, so he's not a student now. I mean, former student years ago, long time ago. Okay, so yeah, it just depends. Okay.
Okay, expounding on that. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So once a person has gone through that program, then they're kind of looking at you like another source to get rid of the problem, right? I mean,
Once you've gone through the course, it opens up other options for you to work with us because you now know certain things. So we're not necessarily teaching you, okay? So if you you brought us a short sale, you were the buyer, okay? Then yes, now we can do that short sale because I don't have to teach you certain things on terms of how to wholesale that short sale or how to find buyers. We can do the short sale for you and get it done. You could work with our team in terms of that, but you already know because you've closed deals how to wholesale if that's your exit strategy. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Any more questions? Yes, sir.
When is the deadline to sign up?
The class doesn't start this week, it starts next week. Okay? Really, the deadline, you really should, if you're considering the program, you really want to sign up now because I only can take a certain amount of people when it's us doing group things. For example, if we're going out, when we do that on-site house evaluation class, in order for you to learn, I can't have but so many people. So if we like to keep our class size small because then we can really give the service that we want to be able to give to you. If everybody in this room wanted to sign up, we couldn't take everybody. I would have to then hire more teachers and, more people. We want small class sizes. Just like in school, more schools want small class sizes. Okay? All right, any other questions? If you're interested in, Deshaun, stand up in case people don't know who you are. Okay? He's the tall guy back there. If you're interested in doing any of the PayPal options or Prosper.com, anything like that, you want to see Deshaun. You want to see Akil. If you just want to, outright and go pay it, you want to talk to Akil. Okay, what we are going to do now, we have in here several people who have gone through our programs. Some are still students, some are not, some have gone on and they're doing deals on their own. And I always think that it's helpful for the people in the audience to ask other people who are doing deals, ask them questions. Do you feel like that would be helpful to you and how they're doing? Okay. So can I have Bob and Sandra to come up, please, and join me up here? I'm trying to see. Franklin, are you in the room? Okay. Gregory? Okay. Linda? What have I forgot? Okay. Well, y'all have heard from Deshaun. Okay, so we don't need to hear no more from Deshaun. He's out there somewhere. Let me see who else. Did I forget anybody? Anybody else in here who has done deals with us that I may have forgot? Who's done deals in the past? Okay. All right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass the mic, and what I want y'all to do is tell a little bit about yourself. I looked at y'all's house last night again. It was beautiful. Okay. All right. I'm going to pass the mic, and they'll tell a little bit about themselves and, what they're doing and what their investing goals are, because, like I said, everybody's different. Okay. Now, Maya, you're kind of quiet, but I'm going to start with you. And I got the mic. I'll give her mine. I'm going to start with Maya because Maya wasn't here yesterday, and a lot of people have saw her video, okay, and they've been asking about Maya. So she has some very interesting goals, all right, and so we're going to let you talk about what you've been doing and why you're doing it and that type of thing.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Maya, and I have been y'all know I'm nervous. Okay, so my name is Maya, and I have been doing real estate investing with Valerie now for how many years? It's been 2-3 years now. So as far as my goals this year was to pay off my debt. I was $5,000 in debt, and I also wanted to move out. So move out of my parents' house. And working with Valerie, I have been able to pay off all my debt, and I just moved into my first apartment. And I also have 8 months worth of rent already saved up from my deal that just came. Thank you. And so now my goal is to do at least 2 to 3 deals per month, so that hopefully within next year, I will be doing this full time.
So Maya, I know you had talked about getting buying soon, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so Maya, we've also talked about her actually, she's moved to her own apartment, but also she wants to buy. Okay, so that's her next strategy is to buy her own home to live in, and also, I know I'm speaking for you because I talk to her all the time. By the way, Maya is my godchild. Okay, Maya is the other godchild. Mark Witten's it's my godson. Okay, and so, you're talking about getting some rentals and getting a property of your own, correct?
Yep. A duplex specifically.
Okay, all right. It's important to set goals and keep those goals in front of you. Okay? That is so important because you need to know why you're doing this. Keep it in front of you. Okay. Gregory?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Greg, and good afternoon. I met Valerie about 5 years ago, but I came to Valerie with some baggage already. Not bad baggage, but I had already been involved in real estate. I was a realtor in Chicago, kept my license here, did rehabs in New York, Chicago, partnered with a guy in Baltimore, but that was before the recession, okay? After the recession, things kind of dried up, and I took a back seat. One of the things I didn't tell Valerie is I did not like wholesaling. I wasn't comfortable with it. It was too many variables, and it seemed a little confusing. I went to several meetups throughout the years, and I was at a meetup. Valerie was a guest, and she spoke for a few minutes, and she was the only speaker that gave nuggets that you can take and use that day. And if you guys have been paying attention, you could use this stuff, right away. So make a long story short, I found Valerie in the back of the room. We connected, and I signed up for one of her programs at the time. And as uncomfortable as I was, I just decided, do what she says, right? Don't second guess it. Don't overanalyze it. Because I'm also a computer programmer. I worked in finance, so I'm one of those anal type guys, So I just did what she said, and I got my first deal with no problem by using yellow letters and postcards. Yeah.
What kind of deal was it?
It was a wholesale deal. It was a wholesale deal, and it was in Capitol Heights, Maryland. And as a matter of fact, I sat down with Akil, and he showed me how to just do some mass mailings. And I wasn't even taking it serious. I'm always doing stuff with my kids, work a full-time job, and I was treating real estate like a hobby when I did everything else. So I would do maybe 10, 12 postcards at a time. And maybe when I got to around 55, 60, I started getting calls back. And that's when I got my first deal. Yep. The profit on the first deal was about $26,000. Right. So
that's good for somebody who's treating it as a hobby. Okay.
So similar to the other testimonies, Valerie called the play. I just ran the plays. That was it.
Still do some of it now?
Well, I'm also a landlord, so I haven't been that active, which is the reason why I'm here today. I actually gave Valerie a call, and I said, Valerie, I want to kind of get a reboot. I want to know if the things that I was doing a couple of years ago still work. I said, I'll come out and listen. So I'm going to get back into the wholesaling because it was pretty easy money. And my kids have asked me, hey, Daddy, how come you don't do the real estate stuff anymore? So, yeah.
Okay, great.
So,
great.
Thank you.
And also, let me just say this. In real estate, you don't know who you're going to meet. You meet some interesting people. The person you did your deal with
was a Tuskegee Airman. Yep. So he was starting to divest a lot of his assets, and he had a property that had an elderly person in it. So he said, "I'll sell it to you, but there's somebody in it. If you could, if they get out, then you could have the deal." Valerie helped me negotiate the deal, and I just had to nurse it. It was one of those situations, like Valerie said. Valerie's very, very ethical, as you know, and I just had to talk with this person and find out who she had in her family, who could help her. I'm not a mover. I wasn't going to cross the line, but when she was ready, the deal was there. We already agreed on the price, and then I had a relationship with the Tuskegee Airmen. So we still chat from time to time, and he stays busy. He's an active guy, but he's in his 90s. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Franklin. I met Valerie. I was referred by Charles Blair, and I just started making calls, trying to do cold calling, and that's how I was able to get my first deal. But Valerie, coached me through the whole thing, and one thing I did know is whatever you think you gotta forget. Like that girl said earlier today, because everything I thought didn't happen the way I thought it would. So, like I said, I'm really appreciative of what she's done for me. And even on the deal itself, in the beginning, I hated the deal. I didn't want the deal. As we went on the deal, they tried to take the deal from me. So after I got interested in the deal, I fought for the deal. Like, you're not taking the deal from me. So, which is crazy. Something that you didn't want, now you're fighting for it. So it just, it's just something that's unbelievable. But Deshaun, he did fight for it, and Valerie did also fight for it. And
when you say who tried to take it from you?
The attorney, the foreclosure attorney.
Remember I said that went to foreclosure, even though the homeowner filed bankruptcy. That should have stopped that foreclosure sale. But that attorney took it to foreclosure anyway. And so, Deshaun and fought to get it back.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
That being said on that, I guess it's just something that makes me think, because she just I totally forgot about that, but hearing that today when she said it, it just made me think about the whole ordeal through the whole process. Like, I never predicted or knew what was going to happen. I could have easily just let that deal go, and when I spoke to her, she encouraged me to go in the house, take pictures, and make something happen, but I could have easily just walked away, and we won't even be talking about that deal or even listening to it. So just being able to understand something like that and to not give up and to lose your traditional thinking is something that I find that is remarkable. And if you can do that, you can do anything with this.
Okay, don't sit down yet. For those who weren't here yesterday, how much did you make on that deal?
I netted $57,000.
Okay. All right. Some people have asked me, is it possible to do this if you have a full-time job?
Yes, I have a full-time job. I do granite. Just a little story on that one. Just the other day, I work with a granite supplier, I fabricate granite. So I get slabs and I, put the granite in your kitchen or wherever. So work with a guy, and one of the suppliers came out. I didn't know who it was my first time seeing it. So I said, "Oh, that's the supplier. Let me go ahead and talk to him." The guy told me, I don't know why he's working with me, but he wanted to keep everything hush-hush. That's not a supplier. I said, "It is a supplier." It's not. It says granite supplier right on his shirt. But he's going to tell me it's not a supplier just because he didn't want to give me that information so I can, do other things and move on. But my thing is this. Valerie and them, they give out all the information and it's real. So just to show you what things are going on out there, when you have somebody just giving this information and you going and testing it and it's true, I really don't know what else to say about that, but that's wonderful.
Okay. Wait a minute, I got one more thing with him. Okay. I just loved Franklin at closing. And I told some of you, we just sitting there. Okay. All right, it's time to go. Okay. And Franklin's looking at the settlement sheet, and he's like, what did you say?
I couldn't believe it. I mean, I'm just looking at the numbers, something that I didn't think, we got this house for $10,000. I'm like, this is impossible, but the numbers are sitting there, and, Valerie and them, everybody packing up, walking off, and I'm just still sitting there looking until they say, sir, you got to go. So I'm like, I just got 57. I should go to the bank. And I'm just sitting there looking at it like, God, this is real. Looking over every number. So, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. Yeah. I was just like, man, this is crazy. Yeah.
So, Franklin, how much money did you put into this deal?
Zero.
Okay. He did this with zero money. All right. So I'm going to ask the question that some of the people in the audience have asked previously. This particular deal, how long did it take you to find this deal? How much time did you put in this deal?
Let me see. It might have been about 20 minutes. I put my computer on, got onto alexcooper.com. In my head, I said, who is in trouble? So I searched down, got the list, skip traced it, and then started making my calls.
Okay. All right. You did it in 20. So I'm going to round it up to 30 minutes. Okay. Rounding it up to 30 minutes. How much did he make an hour? Like y'all did to Sean? I can't do it. I can't do it. So if somebody can help me with the... Okay. So, okay. Do you have any questions? Anybody have any questions for him? You said you had a question. I asked it. How long did it take you to do it? So how many deals are you currently working on?
So far, I guess 7. Some have fallen through the crack, but I'm still going. So far, about 7.
Okay. I know you had another deal that you were closing, that you're making 30-something. Did that close yet?
No, that didn't close yet.
Okay. But he has another one that's coming up, and I think how much are you anticipating? That's the subject to?
The subject to that one, hopefully it closes this week coming.
And how much is that?
That'll be around 60, maybe 64,000.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's another one I didn't think would go.
That's $1,900 per minute.
Okay,
Oh,
he
wow.
makes $1,900. Okay. How many people like to make $1,900 per minute? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, he has a question, Franklin, right there.
That one I didn't factor in. On that subject too, I did a mailer. I sent out like 300 mailers, and this one woman called me back, and her husband was dying. Oh, well, he actually died, and she couldn't afford to make the payments. So that's how I was, I followed up on that matter, and I put that deal together as a subject too.
But what about the one that you closed on? Did you have a marketing budget?
Oh,
or
on
was
that
just
one,
you, or was it you?
The only budget was that I had purchased the Mojo, and that's $150 a month. That was the 3-line dollar, and so I actually made the calls to the people on that one.
Okay, everybody, we talked about Mojo Dollar. It actually makes the calls, and then the person that answers, you talk to.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir, in the back.
Yeah, Alice Cooper website. This was somebody that was facing foreclosure. He had a little time, so I called him up and just started talking about the house and the condition and everything. And he happened to be an out-of-state seller.
Where is he?
In Florida. So I never met the guy. This is everything, even all the way to the closing. Everything was done over the phone. He has not yet met me in person.
Okay, so you went on the site, found the house, you reached out to the private seller.
Yeah.
And you negotiated a deal with them. How can somebody find it?
Yes.
Okay, let me start.
How did he sign the contract if you never met him? You had a...
Well, that's where the wonderful team of Valerie and Deshaun and everybody, Deshaun was the agent on that, and he, from that point on, when I started talking to the homeowner, we had, when I started talking to the homeowner, I had referred him to Deshaun and let Deshaun take over from there, and Deshaun got him to sign the contract and everything.
Okay, let me answer that. Internet, fax, scan and send the contract, okay? That's what agents do all day long, right? Don't y'all scan a contract or DocuSign, okay? Yeah, but I'm just saying DocuSign, okay? When you're doing short sales, some of those contracts have to be wet signatures, okay? So that's how. It's not an issue. You want really I love working with out-of-state owners, okay? So it was no problem getting all the documents and stuff signed that needed to be signed.
So with that property that you got for $10,000 off of Alex Cooper, what was the starting bid on it that they were going to start with?
That one I don't know, but I do know this. I think they were around 80 at the time when they tried to take it. The guy had won the auction at $80,000, and he was going to try to sell it.
Okay.
He got the 10, but the previous buyer who got it at the auction, so people can understand what I'm saying. Remember what I said. Attorney took it to the auction anyway, took it to foreclosure. Public auction, another buyer bid on that property. They bid $80,000. Okay? And so they, even though they got it at 80, they were going to wholesale that property. Okay? So Deshaun and the team, well, Deshaun Franklin jumped into action and snatched it back and went through the short sale process, and Franklin ended up getting it for $10,000. Okay? Did I see another hand somewhere? Okay, right here.
Did you have one thing about using the BRRRR method?
The who?
BRRRR, where you, what is it called? When you
Buy it, rehab it. He's a wholesaler right now.
Yeah, honestly, the condition, I didn't have the means. The condition was horrible. I didn't think I'd had enough to try to make it look like it's supposed to. Yeah. Huh? Oh.
You didn't discuss that with me or Charles.
Yeah, I know.
He had no interest in buying that property. He didn't even want to go in. He didn't even want to go in. I asked him when I was putting this together to send me pictures. He said those images are engraved in his mind.
Yeah,
he can't get it out of his mind.
It was just mold upon mold upon mold growing on each other. And I was just like, I'm not going in there. I can't do it. It's bad.
Isn't that the same deal you made $77,000 on?
Huh?
Isn't that the same deal you made $77,000 on?
Yeah.
And gave
The
away,
gross was 77.
and gave away 20?
Huh?
You gave 20 away?
Yeah.
To the agent.
As far as fees and all that.
Okay. Remember, he gave the agent, he had the agent's fee, additional fee, because the agent would have only made, what's 600, okay. Our fee was $5, okay. And then he gave the rest to the seller, okay. You always want to take care of your seller. You want to give your seller something. Okay, so question back here.
So with the properties that's already being auctioned off, you can go on to some of them have like the for auction, public auction notice. Like you can actually get that contact information and actually just get a real estate agent involved to bypass the auction.
Your question, you're saying if it's on the auction site, it's being that they're auctioning it off, okay? So the seller still owns that property. You got to contact that seller. You got to find that seller's contact information. That's what he did. There are many auction sites out here, okay? And so you see properties that are going to auction. That means that homeowner is definitely losing that house. It's about to be gone. So what you have to do is you've got to contact that homeowner, okay? You got to first skip trace it. You've been verified, that's them, okay, or something like that to find that homeowner's contact information. you contact the homeowner to see if they want to sell the property because they still own that property. Okay? If they want to sell it, you evaluate it, determine what your offer is. If it is a short sale, then you will contact an agent. Okay? All right. Yes, sir.
Is there any liability for that attorney, being that he tried to push forward that deal anyway?
I think we did not do that, but I don't know. I guess we could. We could have. I don't think at this point Franklin cares.
At the time it was happening, I told the homeowner, I had called the homeowner. In fact, Valerie told me to let the homeowner know, and I called the homeowner, and sometimes it depends on how the homeowner feels. They might not be interested, they'll say, oh, let it go, whatever. But me, I said, hey, I wouldn't let them do that. That's your house. Fight for your house, get your house. And then that's when he's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do that. So he called him up and started fighting with the attorney. So you got to look at, you want this deal to go through, it's the homeowner. That's his house. He has to fight for it. So you got to convince them that there is something that you can get out of it.
Okay, so if the house is on the auction site, that means it's taken over by the auction broker. How hard is it to get around the auction broker to be able to?
It's not taken over. It depends on what type of house you're talking about. That house was still owned by the homeowner, so it was not taken over by the auctioneer. Okay? Homeowner owns that house. Up until that time, that house goes to auction. Okay, so you're going to get in the house through the owner, the current owner. Now, who has allowed the auctioneer to start the auction process is the bank. Okay, but they have no rights in terms of getting into that house. Okay, that homeowner still owns that house. Okay. Okay, I'm coming.
Hello, my name's Darian. I have a question about how you took care of the seller. It was mentioned that you did a bill of sale for all the tools that was left behind in the house. Yeah. What are other ways that you could take care of the seller legally as well? I mean, I know it's going to be legal, but...
I'll answer. He's not going to know. Okay, he doesn't know. Okay, if it's a short sale, that homeowner is not supposed to get any money except for what the bank will allow. They're not supposed to get any other money, but that doesn't stop you from buying or purchasing things from that seller. He had a lot of, I don't know if Franklin, he had planned on rehabbing it himself.
Yeah.
He had a lot of new material in there, okay? And like, what did they have? He had?
He had a sliding door, like
excuse me, close your ears, because Akil gets on me every time I hear it because he was saying, why didn't we go get that stuff? Okay. So, anyway, go ahead.
He had about a brand new sliding door, 30 sheets of drywall, like maybe about 10 or 12 double hung windows. So he was really trying to rehab it and fix it, but he had gotten sick at the time.
Okay, so what he did was he paid the seller for that. Now, the amount that he paid the seller did not equal what he said, okay? He paid much more than what the cost of those materials would have been. But to do it legally, you have to do a bill of sale and purchase something from the seller. Yes, ma'am. Deshaun's not in here. I can't say. The question was, how common is it for a bank to go from 108,000 to 10,000? Is that the question? Okay. Each house has to be evaluated individually. That is why the bank sends a appraiser out. Okay? So it doesn't have, in order to make that kind of money, it doesn't have to be that big of a drop. What has to be is how much will that house be able to be wholesale for? So it doesn't have to go from go from 108 to 10, and you still can make that kind of money. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Okay. So the bank is going to take what they feel is the as-is value of that house. Okay? Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's give Franklin a hand.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Linda Macklin. My story is a lot like Greg's. So 2014, I sat at a seminar. I've actually always been interested in real estate investing. Back in the Carlton Sheets days, I ordered a Carlton Sheets program, and I was a single mom back then. Kids were young, and it just didn't work out for me. So I was always interested. So every piece of information I could get, every seminar I could go to, I went to, and eventually I landed in Miss Valerie's seminar and Mr. Akil's seminar. And so I was at a point where I could finally afford to invest in some education, because that was like the piece I was missing. I always knew I wanted to do it, but I didn't know what to do. None of it really made sense enough for me to like step out on my own and do it. So I took her course, and they got me set up with my business name, and I was in a year-long course with them, and I put together, I guess, maybe 6, 7, maybe 8 deals, but only one actually closed. It was a profit of $18,000. And then life kind of took me in a different direction, and I kind of fell out of the business. So about 90 days ago, I reestablished my business, paid the back taxes, and I did the Yellow Letter campaign. That's how I found the property in 2014. So I'm back doing the Yellow Letter campaign again. But I'm also doing the electronic systems now. So RealtyTrack.com. I think I'm doing RealFlow. I don't really understand RealFlow. I need some more training on RealFlow. But so I'm doing I wasn't really doing like making calls last time. So I'm making calls this time. And already my phone is starting to ring. I'm kind of like getting back in it now.
Okay. Things have changed. Like I said, I listen at what Linda has done. I know when Greg was doing it, our training is a little bit different now. As I said, we keep up with what's the best way to do this. And so actually the system that you use, those two, is not what I'm recommending other than RealtyTrack, but we'll talk. And so I'm glad she's back in it, so let's give her a hand. All right. We have Sandra and Bob. Sandra and Bob actually do a lot of investing, and you do Philadelphia also.
Yes.
Okay.
My name is Sandra Rollins. This is my partner, Bob Stroud. We were actually wholesaling together maybe about 2 or 3 years together before we actually got exposed to Valerie and Akil's program. I think we were at that time focusing not only on Baltimore in that metro area, but DC as well as Philly. And we just felt like we were, especially in PG County, talking with a lot of sellers where we were just not in a position to be able to wholesale the deal. So we kind of felt like we were actually missing a very imperative tool for our toolbox. We got exposed to, I think, one of Valerie's webinars, and it just clicked with us. We joined her, I think it was a 1-year coaching program. Both her and Akil took the time to, dispel some things that we had already been doing, that we were doing wrong, and then just worked with us. We worked on quite a few deals. All of them didn't get to the settlement table, not for lack of trying or for Valerie's efforts, variety of different things. I think one in particular, there may have been the first lien position was filed in the second position.
Right.
Just different little things.
Title issues.
Yes, title issues that, nothing that we could do. But we did have success with one particular deal that we got through a wholesaler. who actually didn't know what to do with the deal. But because of our training and our education with Valerie Nikhil, we knew exactly what to do. It actually turned out to be a rehab in the Temple Hills area. And it was quite lucrative, a lot of hard work. And I think our profit was about $75,000. So,
are we talking about the one that Daniela did the short sale on?
The Temple, yeah, the Temple.
Oh,
yes.
okay. And
Yeah.
so that was a short sale.
What did I say?
Yeah.
Short sale, right?
Yeah, it was a short sale. So yeah. And how long did it take working with our team, working with Daniela? They worked with the broker. How long after you, once you finished rehabbing it and putting it on the market, how long did it take to get a buyer?
Yeah, our super agent sold our house in one day. Yeah, the same day it went on the market, it was sold. Like,
okay.
The very first buyer that came in, well, a couple of buyers came in during the first day, but the first group that came in, they ended up buying the property, and then they closed in like 2 weeks. But actually, I know you said that we met. We talked about Valerie, heard about Valerie during the webinar. We actually that's not true. We actually saw Valerie at another event. She was a guest speaker at another event, and we actually went to seek her out. She wasn't selling anything, or she didn't have this program available. Valerie has a calming spirit, and we kind of felt that. So after she spoke, we actually went and and seeked her out and say, hey, we'd like to work with you, because like Sandra was saying, we would come across a lot of sellers that were underwater, and we just didn't know what to do with those properties. And then when we started hearing her talk, we said, hey, we need this, and like Sandra said, I mean, they work with you, and the beautiful part is that once you talk to your seller, if they determine that they want to do a short sale, you're basically out of the process. I mean, Valerie and her team, they do all the heavy lifting with the banks, and they come back with incredible discounts. I think the property that we had, I think the seller may have owed maybe like $325 or maybe $350 on the property, and they were able to negotiate it down to about $145. So that's how we were able to get that great deal. Our rehab costs were like maybe in the $60,000 to $65,000 range, and like I said, we were able to sell the property in the first day. I mean, the rehab took a little longer than we thought, but like I said, our super agent made up that time for us in one day, so it worked out well. So if anybody out here is considering being in this program, I would highly recommend it. I know it's a bit of a shock when you come to something that costs $47 and then it jumps up to $5,000. I mean, I understand, but it's definitely worth it. I mean, because if you just come to these things, you pay $97, $47, and then somebody's wants to upsell you. This is not really an upsell. I mean, they're local, and you can get with them at any time. So, I mean, I think there were some financing options for folks to consider to get into the program. I mean, if you're serious about your business, if you're serious about your future, for your family, or what have you, whatever your goals may be, this is the way to go.
Thank you.
And just one more thing. Okay. As we said before, Valerie and Nikhil, they work with you, but their team is bar none. Like I said, we had other deals that unfortunately did not make it to the table. There's communication with their agents. They give you updates, and you learn, and they are really concerned about you. So we can't say enough about Valerie and Nikhil.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I want to call one more person up, former student who's doing phenomenal things. Okay, that's Juan. Hi, Juan. Okay, no, we're gonna come up here and talk. Okay, it's kind of interesting how I met Juan. I met Juan through his brother was friends with my daughter, and he wanted to do real estate investing. He was still in New York, okay, and you can tell the rest.
How's everybody doing? Awesome, awesome. First of all, I'll say thank you to God, for having me here today and just share with you this opportunity, and to say thank you to Valerie, because in a moment you know what she means to me and how she changed my life and pretty much my family tree, because that's pretty much the opportunity you have right here. You might not see it, or I know you're probably looking at the cost rather than looking at the value of the course, but really, in my personal opinion, is very low compared to what you can make out of it. If you look at my background before I met Valerie, industrial engineering. So recently got out of college, and my goal was to hit 100 grand quickly in corporate America, because I couldn't do it as a professional baseball player. So long story short, I did get signed, but I pretty much quit and went and took my engineering job, which was paying me more than a professional baseball player. In a short period of time, in 3 years, I got to that level, close to 100K. It was 85, but then they give you bonuses, but then that bonus is like cut in half by taxes, and you're like, what the heck, So in that period, 3 years in corporate America, I really was grinding and busting it, and there's things in life that comes to you that are more important, or you start realizing what's important to you, and in that moment, we had like 9/11 in New York, and my wife was expecting a baby, and I took the company during that time, and I relocated back to my country, which is Dominican Republic. That's probably why you could see an accent on me. So it never got away. Regardless of going through school, it just stick with me. But so at that point, I was missing a lot being home, because I had to travel, and I missed a lot of vacation. So during that time, she gave labor, and then I was already like a VP of manufacturing operations. So I manufactured jewelries, and I developed that from scratch to finish. And I asked for vacation, because I didn't take vacation for like almost a full 2 years, and they denied it. They said, well, you just need to go and come right back, because we don't know how to run this. Nobody speaks the language, and you're the one that can, keep the company. And that was just, sometimes in life, we wait for something drastic to happen to us to take actions and do things like that. So unfortunately, the older you are, the more you got to go through that pain to change. So if there's a message that I can share with you guys here today, is that you are all blessed. You all have the talent to make this happen for you. You just got to, believe in God and go to work, because education is just a tool, but if you don't put it to action, you don't take action, you're just going to be a library here, but you're just not going to earn the income, if that makes sense to you. But long story short, they said, no, you only have a week or whatever, and I just said no, and I took like 2 months with my newborn child, and I gave my I didn't give my resignation. I came back, and they said, well, we're just not going to need you, because you just didn't do that. So they had to legally let me go. They had to pay me for like over a year of like severance pay, because there was no reason. So I took that time to say I want to be a real estate investor. I don't recommend anybody to do it like this, but I say I never want to work for somebody else. I don't want nobody to tell me when to go, ask for permission to see my child. If somebody's sick, I need to go ask for permission, or do I have enough sick days? And I just didn't want that. I just said, man, I was living large, like you said, BP had, luxury car, had houses by the water, because that's how they cater you, But I don't enjoy the house, because I'm always working not 12 hours, I'm working like 18, and when I finish, I take back to the house more work. So I was like, golly, what did I sign up for, You're making all this money per se, but you're not enjoying it. And then the car sits at the warehouse, at the manufacturing all day, and then it sits in front of my house all day. So what are you driving? So that was just my aha moment, I call it like a wake-up moment, You know, like, really, is this the vehicle that I want to enjoy? Work, but then don't enjoy your family. And I said, nah. And somebody talked about Carson Sheet. That was the first thing I got. I was coming from a technical background, industrial engineering. I was not a people person. You know, I had like diarrhea in my mouth, you know, when I'm talking to people, you know, like sellers and things like that. I just couldn't know what to say, you know. And Carson Sheet was not like working out for me. I just couldn't put everything together, and I was skeptical, and I had no money down thing. I said, well, probably I'll learn it to buy my first house in New York. I was like, you know, let's just do. It wasn't sinking, and, you know, I didn't have this type of environment back then. You know, this is back in like 2005, and I'm trying this real estate, and then, you know, my wife is going through like medical school, and I said, I'm just not going to go back to work. I'm going to learn this real estate thing, and I'm not going to look back. And that's what I did, and I had my son with me. I started knocking on doors on pre-foreclosures. In New York, people are not nice like they are here in Maryland. People just shut the door, you know, F me here, F me there. Like, how do you know? I'm like, oh my God. I said, you know what? I'll carry my son with me here. Probably they'll be more considerate and not curse them. They still curse you. What the heck you do? So it was tough. You know, it was tough changing. So you got to go, you know, a lot of people, you know, in this business, thing is you got to work on your mind. If you work on your mind, anything's possible. You're going to go through challenges. You know, you're going to go through failures. You got to, once you embrace that you know that in this life, you're not going to get out of life. If you really embrace that you're not going to get out of life, you're going to go and make things happen for you and your family, you know. But you got to be willing to face failure. You got to be willing to deal with rejections. You know, you're going to get that. I get it. Like the guy was telling me, you know, with REOs. I mean, I haven't done marketing since back then, Barry. I mean, everything. Then I'll tell you how I got here. But so that way I don't skip the story. But I started like learning. My brother says, well, I have the mother of a friend of mine does real estate. And at that point, like Carson, she wasn't sinking or anything like that. And I'm already depleting all of my retirement. I already used all the severance pay. I said, I'm going to use my retirement. I took my retirement account. I paid 20% taxes. I paid this, whatever it was, like penalty. I was like, you know what? Let me cash out all of that because I'm going to do this. And then things still wasn't working out. My wife said, well, you're going to have to go back and look for a job, you know. And she didn't know that until now. I tell her, you know. But I went back. They accepted me, but I didn't. I told them they just denied me. I just did not want to go back to engineering. I said, nah, it didn't go through, but they were like excited because the way I talk to you guys, I talk the same thing. I go into a plan and I tell them, and that's how I do. Like, my mind is like rehabbing. So that was my niche. I took short sale, you know, in that process with Valerie, I was able to learn how to do a short sale. I couldn't work things out. I couldn't talk to seller. And then my brother said, why don't you come down and talk to somebody, you know, to my friend's mother. So I came and Valerie said, well, this is what I do. This is some of the checks. And that's all I needed. I just needed somebody that was actually doing it. Because like I said, I didn't have this environment. I didn't have anyone that I could believe other than Carson Sheet talking all this no money down. I was like, skeptical. So at the same time, I was working a lot on like self-development. And I came down to Columbia to her house, and she shared with me some of her closing and checks, and that's all I needed. I went back to New York, and I said, you know what, I'm going to change all these things. I think I was the first person who wrapped their cars. So I took my van, it cost me like $300. They wrapped it up, says, I buy houses, stop foreclosure, everything that you could possibly put in a car, I think I had it. And my kids, at that time my daughter was, I had a daughter, that stepdaughter that came with my wife along, so I took her with me, and my wife, they're like, oh, I'm not going to ride that with you. I'm not going to get in that car. So that was a fight, but through that van, somebody called me on a highway that they needed to sell their house in Long Island. And the person called me, and I called Valerie. Hey, do you know how to do this? Well, that's going to have to be a short sale. What's a short sale, you know? So she walked me through a short sale. You know, long story short, that short sale, it took me about 21 days working with her on the phone. And I'm talking 21 days from getting the packages, getting the homeowner to sign it, to then me doing, I also learned through that process doing a round robin, which some of you guys will learn. But that's a process of how to liquidate your house. And in 21 days of me putting into the deal, I netted $79,000 on my first deal. That was like almost 100% of what I made working a full year like a slave. I was like, and I told Valerie that day, I pinched myself and I said, oh my God, why isn't everybody doing this? You know, I just couldn't understand it, you know. So from that point on, it just changed my mind. While I was learning that, I went on and through another investor, was able to purchase 2 rentals. Those were my first 2 investments down in Florida. And as I was running out of money, you know, I didn't know how to invest. They just helped me structure, like no money down. So I was learning Carlson Sheet. I'm like a landlord, but I became a stressed landlord because now the tenants that I had there, one fell out of a ladder, couldn't keep paying. The other one had a pregnancy and they couldn't work. So now none of them making payment. I'm not working. These houses are going in default. So through my own defaulting and falling on, she's mentoring me, coaching me how to work the short sale. So once I saw the house that we made about $79,000, I decided, I just told my wife, look, next month we're just packing. We're going to move to Baltimore so I could be closer to her. And she stopped medical school. We just came down here. When I came here, I was like, oh my God, so many boarded houses, so many vacant houses. I saw like a gold mine. So seriously, and I mean, things has been phenomenal for me. You know, it's a roller coaster, but that's what happens when you're an entrepreneur. What happens is, like I said, you got to deal with challenges, failure. You know, I came here, yes, and I thought, you know, like a kid during Christmas. I just started shopping, you know. I took it too fast, too far, you know. You go high, you come down, but then you learn, you make adjustment. This business is just like I'm telling somebody else, you got to learn, it's kind of like the season. You got to prepare for each season. So it's winter, you got to change clothing. You got to go ahead and do certain things. So the same thing with yourself and your mind. You got to change yourself and learn new strategy. Short Sale did that for me. And Short Sale create that profit margin that you can create. And it could take you out from any issues and problems. The good thing with working with Valerie, and I'll cut it short because I don't want to take away from others, but it's a lot of things. I mean, we did that deal. We done deals where over 100K. You know, I done Short Sale where it's like $940,000 new construction, and we short sell it for like $485 and quickly sell it for $600. Those been some of the deals. Every short sale I've done, I profit over 100 because I'm a rehabber. So when I buy it, I keep it for myself. So, you know, my profits is huge, you know, compared to like wholesaling. Normally wholesaling is not my niche. Everybody has his own thing. But the thing is, you got to look at what your business needs. You know, so my business, like 2 weeks ago, I have a property. Right now, what I'm looking is, I'm turning all of my business into trust. So I'm learning, getting mentoring on how to run my business through trust. You guys, as you guys get better, you learn how to do all these things, but that has to do where I don't have to pay any taxes at all. When you do taxes, I can flip other houses. I don't have to pay Uncle Sam a dime. So you will learn how to do that. No, I mean, just that's what Donald Trump does. So that's why he don't want to show his taxes. I'm not a millionaire yet. I'm on my way there. Okay. So being there came down, but now you prepare yourself to do it the right way, you know. So and you learn in your business certain things. Now my challenge is how to hire and have good people working for you. That's just a challenge, honestly. When you have people coming for you, I mean, you have people that steal from you, do this, do that. I mean, it's just, you know, contractors that don't work the way they say that they're supposed to do. I mean, But this is just part of the learning. The deal we did 2 weeks ago, it was a deal again that I was going to have it on my trust to fix it and flip it. The business says, well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and wholesale that. And I said, well, let me call my mentor. Back then, Barry, I have this trust that I created, and I'm not going to keep it. I want to wholesale it, and I want to be able just to assign the beneficial interest of the trust. Well, it's the same thing with the LLC, and that's the beauty, because she and I, we kind of came together on doing LLC's assignment, like what you guys are learning here, that many people were not doing. So I'm not going to say we were the pioneers, but we kind of brought in that new tool, that new strategy on how do we now wholesale property and go beyond what the bank, because the bank pushes these clauses where you cannot assign the property or you have to hold it for 90 days or things like that. So we come out and say, how do we come up with solutions, right? That's what we do. And same thing, so I got her 2 weeks ago. I said, let's go ahead, let's brainstorm, let's put this together, because a lot of people, attorneys and people around there don't understand trust. So that's the thing. When now you start talking a different language, you want to make sure that you can get your point across. So me and her got together on that. We partner up. And again, it's just steel sharpen steel, and that's the key thing you get with Valerie. I could not tell, she's the greatest at this. If you really want to learn how to short sell, she is the queen of short sell. You really want to learn, and somebody that's going to be there. That's the key thing. We all need coaches in our life, for anything that you do. If you think you're going to do it by yourself, trust me, it's going to be painful, regardless what it is. You look at professional athletes, they all have coaches, and as they make more money, they hire more coaches, you see? And that's what I'm doing. You get coaches, you learn, you fail, and then you say, you know what, I need a coaching for that. That's just what it is, Whatever area you fail, don't try to go and figure it out yourself again. Just try to let me get somebody that went through that route, that failed, and you work at whatever is in your pocket to afford that coaching, but each coaching is going to help you accelerate your learning curve. So it's all a matter of what you're looking to get. Everybody has different goals here, I could tell you that $5,000, if you put your mind into it and you say that you're going to commit, your fear is that you doubting that yourself you're going to commit. That's what it is. Commitment is a huge thing, and you might just, not that you don't have it, because I know most of you guys probably spend that on other things. It's just that you fear committing. You fear yourself taking action, or you fearing somebody else criticizing you and telling you, what are you doing? That's not going to work for you. And now you got to make decisions based on somebody else's failure. That's not you. See, if you focus on you, thank God, I don't have, this is what, I have not been able to go back to corporate America. And I thank her for that. All these 14, 15 years. And what's so great is 3 days ago, I had a conversation with the son that was born that made me make that decision. And he asked me, Daddy, why do you do this? And I laughed. They don't know the whole story. And I said, well, you are the reason why I did this. Because we were talking about how other kids, like the parents cannot show up to certain events and things like that. But that's my driving motion. All my kids are athletes. I train them. I travel with them. One of them already is playing professional with the Mets. And this one here is coming up, and I travel with them wherever it is that they need to go. And I said, see, I don't have to ask people for permission. Anytime you need me, I'm there. I put you guys through the best programs, whatever it is. But that's my passion. Some people want to have luxury cars and have things. I want to have freedom. That's what I want. I want to have freedom. I want to go see my parents. I want to stay there for a month. I went with him for 3 months down to the Caribbean to do train. I don't have to. Well, you have a business that's still keeping up your lifestyle. See, whatever your lifestyle is it is what it is. You know, you don't need to be like the Jones, trying to have $1 million or have that. But if your lifestyle, you have a business that have assets that provide you with a style so that you could still be free, but continue growing while you're free, you don't have stress. Why do you wake up all stressed if things are being taken care of while you're learning? But see, a lot of us, we go to work, you don't have enough to cover certain things, but you don't have the tool to be able to continue growing. Because some of us, the way we think growing is traditional. Oh, let me go and get a master's degree. You're going to pay that extra $5,000, you know. But how much income is that $5,000 going to give you? So think about the value of what she's giving you here for $5,000 for you to increase your education. What can you go earn? In college, if I want to get a master's in engineering, I pay an extra $40,000, $50,000 to get what? I don't know if I'm even going to get a job because now I have a master. I'm overqualified. I may not even get a job, you know. So think about the value. Don't think about the cost, you know. So that's my message for you guys. I know I just kind of went on, but, you know, if you guys have questions for me, I mean, I'm open. I'll sit back there. But she's the best. I tell you that.
Thank you, Juan. Okay. All right. Let's give everybody up here a hand. Okay. All right. Yes. She has something for me, and I don't know what it is, and then I have something for y'all. Okay. I hope you were able to, that you feel the $47. I'm listening to Juan Tarkin. I hope y'all got some nuggets from this. I hope, you know, that you were able to take away something that you can, you know, that you can really use. Because that's our goal here. Okay.
So, first of all, I just wanted to thank you. I've been to a lot of seminars. Some of them I paid for and some of them I didn't. But for 40, whatever price, yes, this was phenomenal. So I know that we're getting ready to go into 2020, and I am on Inspiration Report. And so I wanted you to have my 2020 I Am Worthy calendar that I created. So I just wanted you to have that. And thank you
so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, this is really nice. Thank you. Okay, I will hang this in my office, so when you come, when you come to my office, you will see this. Okay, we're gonna wrap up in a few minutes. A lot of people have been asking us about payment plans for the program, and I'm going to tell you, this is the first time I have ever, offered a payment plan. Any of you who've known me, have y'all used payment plans with me? Okay. Okay, because I don't have that. I don't have a payment plan available. Juan was, you know, talking to me about, and my husband and I decided, okay, we're going to do a payment plan. All right, for those who are interested. Okay, so here's what the payment plan is. You can pay half down, okay? It can be a half down, which would be $2,500. You want to write it down. Payment plan of half down, $2,500, which is $2,500. In 30 days, right? You would do $1,350. I know it's not going to add. It's going to add up on a little bit over 25. When you do it by a payment plan, it becomes a little bit more because we got that admin fee that somebody has to service this now. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So $2,500 down. The next payment would be due in 30 days of $1,350. And then 30 days after that, it would be another $1,350, and that should be able to pay for the entire course. Okay? All right. Does that help? Does that help? Anybody who, okay? Or we have the other options as we talked about earlier. You can do PayPal credit, which is no payments for 6 months, so that, you know, hopefully working at this, you should have done at least a couple of deals in 6 months, okay? You're going to get out of the program what you put into the program, okay? There's Prosper.com. That's another program where you can actually pay for the program through there, and then it would be small monthly payments. What was it? Prosper.com. What else did Deshaun say? Lending Tree, Lending Club. Okay. All right. So that's what we have to offer you. If anybody is interested, I don't know if Deshaun is still here or if he's out in the hall. Stephanie, can you see for me before I make that statement? If anybody is interested in the payment plan with the $2,500 down, Juan is going to help Akil. So you can see Juan. He'll help with that. If you're interested in the other programs, if Deshaun is still here. Is he? You hiding, Deshaun? Okay. If anybody's interested in the other programs, you can see Deshaun, okay, and he will help you get set up on the, you know, the Prosper.com and those type of programs. Okay. I saw a hand. Yes, ma'am. No. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to say to that is we're only taking, remember I told you we have to keep these classes small in order for us to service everybody. So you have until the class is full. Let's put it that way. Okay? So if you really are considering it, you want to do it as soon as possible. Or if you know that you really are going to do it next week, we will hold you a spot, but you need to see Akil about it so that he could definitely hold you a spot. Okay? You could, yes. Okay, so if you want to do that with Akil now, you certainly can do that. Okay, we will, that's something we will do. We had not, as I said, planned on offering a payment plan. So if you do it, we will take the information and we will send you a contract to sign. Okay? You're going to need to sign a contract. We will send you a contract for you to sign and get it back to us. If you do not sign the contract and get it back to us, we will refund you your money. Okay? Because that would be taking the place of somebody, you know, who could get in it. Any other questions? Okay. Any questions about anything that has gone on? Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming. Okay. I mean, it's been a blessing here to be able to give you this information, get started investing, and have a great holiday. Okay? Okay. And thank you all.